professor is still teaching after more than 50 years at BYU. His style is a bit different from others, though, because he has one disadvantage. He can't see his students. Dr. Richard Cowan, on his way to teach another class.
I never talk about going to work. I just don't think of it that way.
The routine is familiar.
I think of coming to campus or teaching my classes or doing research in the office.
It's what he's been doing for more than half a century.
My total employment history can be summed up in 3 letters: BYU.
Cowan began teaching at BYU in 1961 when he was only 27 years old.
It's been quite a ride.
But being the longest teaching religion professor isn't the only thing that makes Cowan unique.
The way it works is you put it in and then crank it in like this.
He's also the recipient of many teaching awards, the author of 9 books and several articles.
Yep. Then I just roll it back and start on another line.
He's bilingual.
Todavía tengo la oportunidad de usar mi español en mi llamamiento en la iglesia.
The father of 6 children, grandfather of 22 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. And
I'm reading upside down, but this says 1 Nephi 6.
He's completely blind.
I thought, how am I going to be able to do this? People raise their hands to make comments. If you would just create a lesson on the Acts and another lesson on the epistles. Just imagine that, one lesson on all the epistles in the New Testament. It's an inconvenience. I'd like to be able to look up something in a book on my own.
But that doesn't stop him from coming to class every day.
I can't think of anything I'd rather have been doing this past half century than teaching what I've been teaching, the gospel.
Church history, doctrine and covenants, temples. These are the subjects Dr. Cowan teaches to hundreds of students each semester. In fact, over the past half century, it's estimated he's taught more than 40,000 students at BYU.
He is a great teacher.
It's fascinating. I love it.
It's awesome.
Natalia Johnson takes church history from Cowan.
It impresses me how much he knows because he remembers every date.
And not only the dates.
Teaches in a way that he moves everywhere and he's like looking at us so we can really tell.
Cowan's memory, knowledge, and years of experience pays off.
He brings so much different insight into learning about the prophets and all of the history of the church. And
he gets a lot more participation out of his class than I've had in other classes.
Family Home Evening was first instituted in 1915.
Information is great, but that isn't all he passes on to his students.
This increase in testimony and faith and eagerness to serve that I would hope students would get.
What struggles and trials they went through has all been really enlightening.
If my personal example helps, then wonderful. If it doesn't, I am sorry.
Cowan's example in teaching has helped thousands over the last 52 years. And for students like Natalia, it will continue to help for years to come.